Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting, and welcome back to Hymn Stories. Now, I know I haven't done this in a while. It has been a little bit crazy around here, and I am so excited to kind of get back on a routine and a schedule. Now, I know this video will be released on a Tuesday instead of a Monday, but I figured it was better just to release a video instead of wait a whole nother week. So here we are today. We're talking about the song "'Tis So Sweet to Trust in Jesus." This song was written by Louisa M.R. Stead, and she has a crazy story behind it. Now, first off, before I talk about the story behind the hymn, I am linking this to Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." So Louisa was born in 1850 in England, and at the age of 21, she ended up moving to the United States and specifically lived near Cincinnati. She had a strong calling to become a missionary and even dedicated her life to missionary work at a certain meeting. However, she was very ill and was unable to become a missionary at that time. And so in 1875, she ended up marrying her husband, and they had a daughter named Lily together. There was one major life event in Louisa's life that actually made her write this hymn, and hymnologist Kenneth Osbeck writes about that. He says, "When the child was 4 years of age, the family decided one day to enjoy the sunny beach at Long Island Sound, New York. While eating their picnic lunch, they suddenly heard cries of help and spotted a drowning boy in the sea. Mr. Stead, Louisa's husband, charged into the water. As often happens, however, the struggling boy pulled his rescuer underwater with him, and both drowned before the terrified eyes of wife and daughter. Out of her why struggle with God during the ensuing days glowed these meaningful words from the soul of Louisa Stead." So soon after her husband's death, she ended up writing this hymn, but not only that, she ended up taking her 4-year-old daughter and moving across the globe as a widow to South Africa to become a missionary. She was in good enough health at the time where she was able to do that, and she really felt God drawing her to be a missionary overseas. A couple years later, she ended up remarrying a South African, and they became missionaries in present-day Zimbabwe. Louisa's health still wasn't perfect though, and in 1895, her and her husband and Lily decided it was best for medical reasons to return back to the States for a bit. And this is a time where her husband actually pastored a Methodist church as well. And then in 1900, they ended up returning to the mission field in Zimbabwe. What's really kind of special though is that Lily had that same desire as her mother to be a missionary. And so Lily ended up getting married and returning to Africa and continued to be a missionary in present-day Zimbabwe even after her mother's retirement. So that is the story behind this hymn, but I did want to read you a couple of the lines from it. It says, "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus and to take him at his word, just to rest upon his promise and to know, thus saith the Lord. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I've proved him o'er and o'er. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh for grace to trust him more." So as I work on putting the rest of this card together, I did choose one of the new Tim Holtz mini paper dolls. This one I wanted to use because it reminded me of a 4-year-old girl. And so it reminded me of Lily and how Louisa still had to press on and still trust Jesus so that she could raise her daughter and her daughter could eventually follow in her footsteps. I do want to prop up the little mini girl paper doll a little bit though, so I will be taking some foam tape to add to the back of this card. Yes, this will make it very chunky in my mini little pocket Bible, but that's okay. Eventually, I can take all these cards out and put them almost in a memory deck system or something like that. I definitely will want to keep them to be able to view them easily and read the different stories on the back side of them. I also really wanted to add the title of this song, but didn't really seem to fit all there, so I ended up just taking the words "sweet" to remind us that it is sweet to trust in Jesus. So here you will see me kind of fidget with these words. These are from my Dymo label maker, but I couldn't get it to sit in a way that I really liked. So I ended up just taking that suite and pasting it down in the bottom right hand corner. That seems to work well. And since I already have some chunk going on this little card, I figured why not add some more? And so I take a little one of those mini safety pins from Tim Holtz, and I'm just going to end up threading that through my postage stamp as well. Now I did end up lifting this postage stamp up just a little bit so I could thread that safety pin through, and then I just glue it back down with some of my Barely Arts precision glue. And after that, this card will be done. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Wonderfully Made Handcrafting. I'll try to link everything I use down below in the description, and I will link another hem story next. I hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.